Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Jane's Last Dance, one of the best live songs that you can play with the band. Tom Petty, an incredible songwriter. The Heartbreakers, one of the best bands that ever was, right? Just an incredible band. And tonight, we're going to check out this live version from 2006. I got my teleport fired up, so for those of you that have a teleport pedal, you'll be able to download what I make during this video and play along and upload your parts. I'll show you how to, the parts that make the song what it is and how to recreate it. Let's hit the button. Little light cymbal action. All right, let's talk about arrangement and how you make just a crowd-killing hit, okay? You got this intro riff, A minor, accentuating all the offbeats, hammering on everything, right? So you got this. So it's A minor, G, and D. But check this out. You're going to hammer on, and then you add that G on top. Hammer on the G, hammer on this D, and then hammer on back on that A minor. It's subtle how you have to play it, right? So that cycles through 2 times. Then it goes into the verse, it cycles through 2 times. Then it adds that little harmonica part, cycles through 2 times, and then it comes back through. Great parts. And watching Mike Campbell on guitar, like listening to his little parts that he throws underneath are amazing. I'm gonna let it play a little bit, then I'll show you how to make it.
Downhill, the age of 18, blew the boys away. It was more than they'd seen. I was introduced, we both started moving. She said, I dig you, baby, but I like to keep moving. Yes, keep moving on.
Listen to that band. E minor. A major now. Drop to a G. And then you get the hook with the harmonica again. Just incredible parts. Let me show you some of these. So on the teleport, I got it fired up like mid-tempo-ish, neighborhood of, what's that say, 86, something like that. I'm going to give you a count in, and I'm going to make this first part, okay? Now, it's not perfect, right? But check this out. So you got Tom doing those parts. And then you got Mike underneath. Now, he goes back and forth. When they go to the verse, when Tom is singing, he has to be less busy, right? So you'll see him kind of mimic with the palm mutes. Right? To give it that depth and that crunchy foundations that he can sing over. But when it goes to the louder parts, where the hi-hats open up and it gets louder, you'll hear him use these little double stop kind of approaches throughout the whole song. And he varies them up. But what he's doing is he's trying to outline the shapes of the chord, the function of the chord. So he's going to have the third in each chord. Because remember, nothing creates chord function like the third. But he stays out of Tom's way, right? So for A minor, you'll see him do this big stretch like this. E and C, right? And then for G, go down, get this D and B, So again, I'm thinking 5th and the minor 3rd, 5th and the major 3rd. For D, slide up, F sharp and D. So now first inversion. So this is, F sharp is the 3rd of D, and then the root of D is on top up here, right? And now, if I click record here, and I make an overdub, you'll hear how these go together. It's gonna count me in. Here, so you clearly have 2 different parts, but it's the exact same chord. And then you get this harmonica part, which is this, right? Or thereabouts. Point is, you're walking down straight down this arpeggio. 5th, 4, flat 3, 2, flat 3, 2, 1. And that is the basic structure of the verse, all right? Let's keep going.
Well, I don't know, but I've been told you never slow down, you never grow old. I'm tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town. Oh my.
Harmonies now.
Oh hell yes, you got to put on that party dress and buy me a drink, sing me a song.
Hi-hats opening up. Big E minor. Let me show you what that is. Okay, so classic songwriting technique. When you go to the chorus, okay, you want to, 1, modulate, right? But also, if you're in minor, switch to major. So you have this great switch to E minor, which firmly would be in the key of A minor, right? But then you go to A major. So the verse, the whole verses is, all of the verses are A minor, right? You're talking about, you know, I'm going to see her again, you know, this whole thing, you're telling the story. But then when it gets to this floaty sing-along part, right, it switches to major. That modulation of having a minor chorus and then going to its parallel major, a minor verse and a parallel major chorus, like switching those, classic songwriting vehicle. If you've never realized that's what's happening, that's what's happening. And then as the guitar part goes up, you're just playing triads. Remember, the secret to unlocking your fretboard is triads. So A major here like this, right? Goes up, A major triad like this, first inversion, A major triad like this, second inversion, 5th in the bass, A major triad like this, back to root position. That's all that he's doing here. Check out. Great little lick there, like. So it ends on G there, right? It's E minor, A, E minor, A, and then E minor, A, G major. That's your tag, right? And so he does this little, like you're an A major pentatonic, but then does something where he gets to that open G and finishes in G major pentatonic. All you have to really think about here is this B to A, you're firmly in A major. And then as soon as you do this, you're in G. Simple, profound, easy. Listen to those open hi-hats just crushing it. Over to the ride. All right. This is one of those iconic solos. Think Sweet Child of Mine. Think, you know, basically any AC/DC song. If you don't play this, the crowd will think you don't know the song, even if you're an incredible guitar player. This is one of these things that when we talk about what really separates the great musicians from just the regular musicians is, can they make stuff that non-musicians get stuck in their head, right, and expect? The whole crowd, like, think about it. When you go to a show, 50,000 people at a stadium, 5,000 of them maybe are musicians, maybe 7,500, right? Like, 10, 15%. The rest are non-musicians. But when you have a part like this, as simple as it is, it captivates the whole audience and they expect it. So what he's doing here, again, we've been in A minor. We're soloing over this A minor verse progression. He comes in with this. What is this? This is a D and an F sharp being pushed up. So if you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I'm just going to riff around an A minor pentatonic. As you could, right? This is pattern 4 we're in. When you grab this F sharp, that is a major 6th. Remember this forever. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know what I'm about to say. Your 6 is your 4. What that means is, when I play the 6th degree, I'm playing the 3rd, the note that creates chord function, of your 4 chord. So, when I play this, what I'm outlining is this D major. Do you see that D major? So when I play this, I'm making that bright sound of that major 4 chord. So when I bend this, it outlines the brightness which was introduced in the intro, right? But it still has that riffiness, of just like a guitar solo that stands out. Couldn't be simpler, couldn't be easier, but if it was just, it wouldn't have the teeth of, and if you have a nice amp and you give it a little dig, it really opens up. Let's check out the rest of what he does. You got this? Now I believe he's doing open strings in here with this. So you can do this because E is the 5th of A. We're in the key of A minor, so to speak, right? So you can pedal. That's what it means when you have a note that rings out throughout. You can pedal this E. And you got this G, flat 7, and A is your root. So you got this. And then back to the flat 7. There. That's all he's doing. How simple is this? The melody is A, G, B, A. That's it. But you combine it with the open E pedal tone. And it becomes this ringing, singing thing that, again, the non-musicians in the crowd can latch on to. And then just brings it all the way down. Back to your root into A minor. So again, you can keep the pedal going. Flat 7, 5, 4, flat 3, 2, flat 3, back to 1. Little keyboard strike, and quick, right back into the verse. Tremendous arrangement. Let it feed back.
Looking down from a hotel room. Nightfall will be coming soon. Oh my, oh,
open up those hats.
You had to put on that party dress. It was too cold to cry. I woke up alone, did my last number, walked to the road. Let's dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain.
Hear that bass moving in there?
I feel summer creeping in. I'm tired of this town.
Nice hit. Same thing that you got that like that little, what did he do there? Right, again, pushing that B. Then back to the open G. Same melody notes as above, this. Same thing. A, G, A, and B, G, A, and B. You're repeat, 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 but in different ways. Repeat that same riff. Give the people what they want. Double it with the harmonica. Get all the hooks going at the same time. Two solos for Tom. Three solos for Tom. Love that. All these little moves here. Double stops, fifth and root for A. Up to your flat 3, which is your C. Back to G, back to A. Again, these are parts Tom's obviously been playing in this song forever. They fit perfectly. Don't mess up a good thing. Learn from it. Repeat the hook again. Repeat it up top. Double it. So all he did is he jumped up here, did the same thing. This. Right? This. I didn't hear him do that double stop though. It's hard to hear out of these speakers, but the point is you're hammering home that hook, hook, hook. All the musicians are going to, or non-musicians are going to be in the car, in their head on the way home. They're going to hear, they're going to, like, that's the thing that the great ones do. Perfect parts, hammer them over and over and over again. Play them in different places. Simple melody, play them in different places, over and over. Just perfectly arranged head cutter of a tune. We're just messing around. The point I want you to take away from this song is this is a song that is perfectly arranged, right? It goes twice through this part, twice through this part. When it comes back, it adds a part. Twice through this part, comes back, adds a part in a different place. But it's all the same stuff over and over again. Basic melody, basic harmonica part, okay? You got this basic A minor, G, D verse, and then E minor to an A major chorus that ends on the G, right? And then all these little, this, right? It's the same as, you know, that. You can play it anywhere. Tom and his band and Mike Campbell on guitar were masters at this. So check it out. For all of you that have the teleport pedal, this is what I would like you to try to do. I would like you to go to the link in the description and download the teleport song that I'm going to make after this video. It's going to have the bass on it as well. And what I would like you to do is try to recreate the verse and the chorus with two parts. One, for the verse, you got this. Right? And for the chorus, right, you got this 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. In fact, you know what? I'll just show it. I'll clear this. Check it out. One, two. And now here comes A major. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then add a second part where you're not playing exactly what the rhythm part is. So give me some dyads up top and do that cascading thing where it follows the A major triad up, okay? So I'll let it circle back around one more time. I'm gonna start right here. Little piece of E minor. See how I'm just trying to find stuff that fits in different places? And then if you post it to the Teleport community, I'll pick some of the best ones and share them. That's it, my friends. If you dig the vibe here, please hit subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you so much for watching and playing along. If you don't have a Teleport pedal, you can pick one up. There's a link in the description. And if you want to support the channel and take all my lessons and courses, that's called GuitarGate. That link is also in the description. And I would love to be your online guitar teacher. Best of luck. Learn this jammer. You know you're going to be playing it on stage soon. Cheers.